LinkedIn is a storefront, not a resume. I'll show you how to optimize your profile, build a simple content strategy, and grow your impressions whether you're a professional, a business, or a recruiter. The first thing you want to do is make sure that you don't only have a professional headshot, but you also have a professional LinkedIn banner. When someone clicks on your profile, this is the first thing that they see. And although you might have some really good information later down in your profile, they're never going to see it if they're not enticed to scroll down. And how we entice them is being different. So many people put a default background here or their company logo. This is a waste of space. Do something like this. Add a QR code. There's a link in the description on how we made this one. We're not going to go through that in this video, but simple things to help you stand out. The second way we're going to make you stand out is professional certification. So again, so many people add these down in their description. Where you want to add any professional certifications is after your last name. So when you add them in like this, now they'll show up on the feed when someone's scrolling and sees your name. It's also going to say all the attributes that you have, also in the LinkedIn search bar. The other thing that we want to do is we can add a description for our profile. Stop using the role at company. It's just a waste of space. So many people have the same role as you. What makes you different? So I like to go ahead and break this into 3 parts: role, purpose, and differentiator. Here are some examples of what that could look like for a student, a business, or a recruiter. And same thing, this will show up on the feed. It doesn't show up in the Google search bar, but it's a way to differentiate yourself rather than just saying that you're a manager or a director. Like, show your purpose and why you're different. Now, the next part is the most important part. It's also the most technical, so stay with me here, is the About Me section. So making your profile look good is worthless if no one clicks on your profile. So how do you get people to click on your profile? You use the correct SEO words, so search engine optimization. This is very simple. It sounds confusing, but it's not. So we're going to update your About Me section in 3 simple ways. First, take a look at the character limits. We're using 200 and we could be using 2000. There's a lesser chance that we show up if we use 200 because some people are using 2000 and they're showing up in search results. The other thing is, how do we know what words to use? So the way I like to do this is to get the best SEO words for LinkedIn in a free way is go up to the search bar and put in one of your skill sets. So for us, we'll put coaching, and here we can see coaching for leaders, coaching for leadership, coaching for growth, social impact, top performance, high potential. These are words that we want to add to our description to make us more likely to show up in people's searches. Same thing, if you're a student and you're studying, let's choose marketing, go ahead and put social media marketing. Maybe that's what you want to enter into. And here we can see marketing tips, strategies, groups, mistakes. The last thing that I like to do is just get a general overarching search term that isn't attached to me directly, but is attached to what is most being searched on LinkedIn in a very broad area. So a way to do that is put how to. Here are things that people are just searching on LinkedIn. So how to stay calm, how to accelerate your career, how to achieve wealth, how to do well in an interview. Here are all things that we might consider putting in our description. Now you might say, Joe, great, I got all these words. Do I just drop them in the description? No, you want them to flow in a way that makes sense. So what I like to do is go over to Claude. Claude's a free tool, also not a sponsor. This isn't a sponsored video. So if you want to like this, by the way, that would help me make more videos like this one. But what we're going to do is go ahead and add a prompt. This prompt is in the description for you guys, but I essentially said that I'm writing my LinkedIn About Me page. I want to optimize it for SEO. Here are the SEO words that I'd like to include. Then I added my profile description, which is already pretty boring. And then what I did is asked it to be written in the 3rd person. And while this loads, I'm going to explain this to you for a second. So everything in LinkedIn is a self-promotion campaign. It's I did good thing. I did good thing. So if you're scrolling, that's all you're seeing. I won this thing. I graduated. I got a job. There's nothing about that that's different. So what I like to do is change it from I to a 3rd person. It is so different when you click on a profile and rather than it saying I did this, you can see that ours says Joe Zeppelin is a results-driven coach and a social media strategist. That's so much better than saying I coach people and I give marketing advice, right? Like, that doesn't sell because it's so normal with what everyone's doing. Also, it looks like someone wrote it about you, which also makes you stand out. The other thing that I added in your prompt that I forgot to do in mine is go ahead and make sure that you ask this to maximize the character limit by asking for 2,600 characters. And then you can say, here's more information about me, and drop in your resume, for instance, and it's automatically going to create this giant about you description. So if you found that valuable, go ahead, give us a like, smash the subscribe button, support the channel, drop a comment like, is this helpful to you? And let's go ahead and keep going. So now we went ahead and we already pasted this. into our About Me section. The next part here, we're going to fly over really quick so that we can get into the meat and the potatoes of this, which is the content creation strategy. But just real quick, it's good to mention that under featured, here's where you're putting your most important accolades. If you're a business and you have really good Google reviews, throw in a couple reviews here, and then include SEO words, ask it to be written in the third person. If you're a student and you took really hard classes or you did an internship, throw your internship in here. Why would someone wait to scroll down? The further they have to go, the less likelihood that they are going to learn more about you. So this one is just for businesses or recruiters. I would highly recommend making yourself a business within LinkedIn. What this allows you to do is kind of show others that you're independent, you work for yourself. So I put like Zeppelin and put CEO and founder. Then here is another spot that we can describe the company in the third person and go ahead and include SEO words. We're not going to do this in this video, but it's as simple as going to the for business portion here and go ahead and select create a company page. I did mine yesterday. It literally took like 15 minutes. So go ahead and do it. It'll be valuable. Plus, if your business and your profile are both referencing each other, it shows that your profile is more official, because profiles that are not every profile that isn't referenced is unofficial, but all unofficial profiles aren't referenced, if that makes any sense. So ones that are referenced are more likely to be professional profiles. So I think I said that correctly. The last two parts underneath here is skills and recommendations. Here, just reach out to family, reach out to friends, ask them to go ahead and like your little skill sets. It just provides more depth to your profile. Same thing for recommendations. Give a recommendation, receive a recommendation. Make little deals with your friends. And then the last part here is interests. What you're going to want to do in this section is go ahead and follow authorities and people in your space. We're going to talk more about this on the very end of the video. This is the most important thing that you can do to grow the quickest outside of just producing content. And so let's go ahead and jump into content, so then we can jump into why these are valuable. But top people, top companies, newsletters, follow all of those. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Okay, so then to go ahead and create posts, what is your content strategy? So there's 3 simple posts that you're definitely going to want to make. One is your origin story post. The second one is your relatable character. That one's my favorite. It kills it. And then the third one is my thoughts on like articles and news references and stuff. Not as fun. So the origin story post, what this looks like is you'll see I'm in Virally right now. Virally is a post scheduler, also not a sponsor, but that is where I schedule all my LinkedIn content for the month. It's free. It's linked in the description below. I have an affiliate link down there if you want to click it, but we're not going to go through all the ins and outs of Virally, but it is easiest for me to talk through it if we use this as the tool today. What your origin story post is the reason and your purpose for being on LinkedIn. So you might be a student saying like, I just graduated college 4 years later. You might be a business saying, here's why I started my business. You might be a recruiter saying, here's how I'm going to help people. It'll often be the most liked or viewed post that you have on your channel when you first start, because it's motivating, right? So what mine does is mine says, I walked away from a $2 billion business to start over in my basement. Now, again, that halted you probably. It kind of froze you in your tracks, your basement. I'm recording this in my basement right now, right? What LinkedIn is it's I did good thing. So let's mix it up a little bit, right? I did crazy thing. Oh my gosh. And then you go ahead and add this enter space here and then the words. And then when it shows up on LinkedIn, it's kind of cool. People are kind of forced to select more if they want to read more. And that'll show the algorithm that more people are engaging with your content. Now you could still say all the good things about what you did. Just include it later on. So at the bottom, I said, and this became Joe Zeppelin Marketing Agency. And here's all the things that we do, how we help people, what we do. And I still got to say all my accolades and all the value that we bring. But I didn't say I bring value. I said, I did crazy thing. And then when they're interested, here's the value that I brought, right? The second one is the relatable character. So when I say I did or Joe did, no one knows what Joe is. No one knows who I am. No one knows who you are, right? Like, that's just not the case. What you can do is create relatable characters as yourself or in your life. And so like the way I like to do this is go ahead and say, as a college freshman, as a business owner, these things are easier to identify with. You can say as a senior in college, as someone who just moved to a new town, as someone who moved across the country, as someone new to the workforce, as someone who started their own business, as someone who's in a coffee business, as someone running a marketing business, as a dog owner, as a partner, or as a spouse. I'm each of these 10 things. And as I mentioned them, you were probably able to visualize those. But when I said Joe or I, you weren't. So what personas do you have in your life? And all of these personas are going to be your Wednesday posts. So what you're going to be able to see here is I have this one that says, so as a dog dad building a brand. This is a lot more relatable because people have pet owners and they're likely to click on it. Another one, if you're just graduating college, rather than saying, I just graduated with a 4-year degree and here's all my accolades, say, as a senior in college, so we have a persona, now do something that's not exactly positive. I feel like the world is so open to me, yet it's never been more closed. Whoa, like that's really deep, right? Like props to you if you're able to go ahead and put that out. But when someone sees that more button and they click, they can see that you're talking about the struggle of the application process and that it wasn't even that you weren't qualified. Here are all my accolades. And so now you've kind of, rather than just said your accolades right away, you hook them in by saying a relatable character, a college senior. You didn't say something positive, and you still got to say all your accolades, and then you can say your recovery story and what you did about it. You know, like people love a redemption arc. People love people who pull themselves out of the mud, and then you get more eyeballs and people sharing you, and you go ahead and hopefully get all these job offers, right? Like there's strategies around this. And then for the last one, if you run out of personas, you don't have to do it just for yourself. Talk about your customers or your students or the person that you help recruit. Like if you're a recruiter and you just help someone get a job, like maybe you helped a woman get a job as a track coach. See what her personas are. Maybe she's a grandmother, right? Like crazy, right? Whoa, so crazy. You can say something like, I just helped a grandma get a job as a track coach. Whoa, like why is grandma coaching track? And how good are you that you can get a grandma to go ahead and be a track coach? And of course, grandmas can be track coaches, but these are just ways. I'm going too deep in this. You understand. Let's keep moving. So the next part is your Friday post. So for all your Friday posts, what you're going to want to do is show the algorithm simply that you're interested in similar topics that other people are interested in. And how you do that is talk about those topics. So if there's an event, an article, a podcast, go ahead and reference that podcast in your post. Finally, you can shorten the URL so it doesn't look like too bulky. And then what it's likely to do is eventually, if you keep doing that, the algorithm will start to show some of the people who are interested in those things. They will be more likely to show them your things because they know that you guys are interested in the same things, if that makes some sense. These are all your Friday posts. Some people love these, some people don't. I'm not a huge fan of these, but you can go ahead and add these in here. And then for Monday, after you make your origin story post, go ahead and just have a variety of different posts and test out which ones work the best. So here I posted a photo for the spring equinox and said, I drove to the top of the Rocky Mountains to take this photo, which I did. It's like an hour away. The next one says Beyonce and Kobe used to have to introduce themselves using their last name. This one says, I registered a business with LinkedIn and the problem is I have no idea what I'm doing. And then the last one is me saying I'm sitting on my couch and I don't know what to do with my life, right? Like be vulnerable, show people your persona. Personas help the algorithm and help others learn more about you. If you're liking this and you're finding value, continue to go ahead, throw a second comment. Let's go ahead and drop into the last things that you can do to grow the quickest. So we already talked about prepping your profile. The second thing that we talked about is creating your content strategy. The third one is you need to grow today, right? Like why wait to grow? So every time you release a post, go ahead and go to the My Network page and go ahead and follow people who either go to your university that you have mutual friends with. Go ahead and connect with all these people. I think you can send about 20 a day or 140 a week or something. If I'm wrong, let me know. But what that allow you to do is if someone connects with you back, you're likely to show up on their feed in the next couple of days, which will show your post that you just created, getting more eyeballs and momentum behind it. And the other thing is, even if they don't connect with you, they might click on you to see who you are and then see your content, see this really nice professional photo, and then go ahead and you'll kind of gain connections that way. The other thing that is the biggest game changer, and if you stay to the end of the video, that is why I put it here. It is my favorite thing, and it's kind of like my secret sauce. So I'm going to show you right here. What you can do is, earlier we said in our interests, we want to flag authorities in our space, as in people, company, newsletters, stuff like that. Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee. His book is upstairs, crushing it. I'm reading his second book right now. Killer. Gary Vee has almost 6 million followers on LinkedIn. But if you go ahead and click Gary Vee, go to his latest post. His latest post has 26 comments. It's not because only 108 people saw it and only 26 people commented. Probably thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people have seen this post. But people aren't interacting on LinkedIn as much as they are on other platforms. So a key thing that you can do here is go ahead and comment. So watch the video, mean what you say, of course, but I'm going to go ahead and put, as a small business owner, I wish I've seen this 10 years ago. Thank you so much for sharing. And people are going to say, oh, Joe's a small business owner? Who's Joe? They click, and then you get to essentially piggyback off someone's audience and hopefully make new connections. Now, if you found value out of this video, I need your help with 3 simple things. 1, like this video if you enjoyed it. 2, hit the subscribe button for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And 3, go watch this video, take the first step, create a LinkedIn banner, schedule posts with Virally. I hope you found value out of this, and I'll see you in the next video. See you, friends.